uh, but, but I want to make this as like a layman language. I want to make sure everyone understand what they are going to learn. So let me start with the topic. Okay, so everyone is here to know about Power BI. You might have already researched about Power BI a little bit. Maybe you might have heard with your friends, with your like some suggestions from others, maybe in the internet or something. So Power BI is a business intelligence tool, right? So what is business intelligence? So each and every business in the world, you can take any business, sports, media, healthcare business, retail business, supply chain, anything, any business, the business, whenever the business operates, the day on day operations, day on day transactions, everything will be stored in a database or somewhere. Okay, just for example, you or some function or wherever you store your pictures in your storage. So next time, whenever you want to refer, you will go to the data storage and you just check your pictures. Okay, which are good, which are not good, and which one you need to improve next time, which location you need to visit and which you need to improve your pictures, like how you need to take the pictures in a good way, like that. In the same way, every time when business runs, let's say there are like multiple domains in the business, like different fields, communication, education, insurance, manufacturing, whatever. Okay. So whenever this business runs, they also do the same thing. They store their data in some place, okay, at the database or files or somewhere. What, why the data storing is needed? So as I told one example, when you take pictures, you think like sometimes some pictures are not good. Next time you need to take good pictures, right? In the same way, whenever the business operates or runs, their business sometimes perform like very bad, or sometimes they perform like champion. So whenever these things happens, they want to analyze, the business leadership wants to analyze what is happening inside the business, why my sales are so high, why my sales are so low, or why the customers are less, why the customers are more. How can I improve my business, right? That is the main question here. How can I improve the manufacturing sector, whatever you take? How can you improve the customers? How can you increase the customers? That is where the business leaders focus in looking into the data. Okay. Okay, now they take all the data, whatever happened so far in the business, and they look into the data. They will try to understand why something was happened. If there is a festival, let's take a retail market chain, well known in India, let's say for example DMart. Sometimes in before the festivals, the business grow like anything, right? They need to keep the stocks before any festival approaches. So how they will get to know that? By looking at the data. If they look into the data, they will understand, okay, last year, before Diwali or before some Dasara or whatever the festival, there are huge increase in the sales. So this time also, I need to keep the stock ready so that I won't lose the customers. Okay, that is how the business will take a decision based on the previous data or based on the data they stored. Okay, so any business, whenever they store data, the data will be like this initially. Okay, the data will be like raw data. about the product information, about the customer information, about the sales information, and so and so. When this data there with the business, they will look into this, but if the person understands Excel very well, they can go and they can do some calculations. Okay, in Diwali festival time, my sales are grown due to so and so reason, and these are the products. These are some products which are having high demand. Okay, they can understand. But if you give this data to some CEO or some, some business leaders who are very much concentrated into how to grow the business in sales and all, if you give this type of files or data to them, they won't understand anything. They don't sit and do the calculations, right? No one will sit and do the calculations. So that is why they need a person, or they need a system to analyze their data and to present in a good way, understandable way. How anyone can easily understand the data? When we present in a pictorial format, in this type of format, anyone can understand easily. They can easily see, okay, which store performed very well, when the sales are increasing, when the sales are decreasing. Okay, they can understand easily. Anyone can understand easily if you present the data like this. Okay, now understand who will do this work, who will convert this data into this form, right? There should be either a person or a system or some, process, right? To convert this data into this form. So this is where business intelligence process involves. So the business, it like takes the input data from various sources, wherever the source will be. Either it is from the applications, or it is from the like normal Excel sheets, or wherever it may be. So from getting the data from various sources and finally presenting this type of beautiful visualizations or insights, not only visuals, sometimes it will be text or whatever, to the business, this entire process is nothing but business intelligence process, or data analysis, you can call it. Okay. Converting raw data into a meaningful insights, that is data analysis. Now, where our Power BI comes into the picture, or many other tools are there like Power BI, Tableau, MicroStrategy, Alteryx, and Looker, and many other tools are there in the market, where all these tools comes to the picture. So in order to understand this, first we need to just look into the architecture, how the data flows from the source to the visualization. Okay, so what we were discussing, we were trying to understand how this raw data is converting into meaningful visualizations like this. Okay, so let's take the same example, DMart. Okay, when you go to DMart and you do some shopping, then whenever you go to the billing counter, they ask you your mobile number sometimes, and they scan all the products and they make a bill and they will give invoice to you, right? They will give invoice to you. So every time there is a customer, a customer purchases some items from DMart, they store data like this: which product, which customer, like they bought in the discount or they bought in normal price. I mean, which region, so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay, they use some billing applications. DMart use some billing applications. From that application, the data, whatever the data they entering, the product information, customer information, everything, it goes and it resides in a place. Okay, you can call it any place, either database or Excel or whatever. Okay, so from the data stores in different places. You can see here some examples. The data stores in the cloud. The data may store in the Google Drive. For example, when you take pictures, you store them in the Google Drive. Or the data may store come from Facebook and different sources like DMart billing application, whatever. Once we know there is a data, then we need to now start analyze how we can convert this data into this format. Okay, now see this process. These are the source systems, various sources. Okay, let's assume this is the DMart application. From DMart application, there will be a data processing concept. So some data engineer or data analyst extract the data from the source systems, and they will convert the data into proper readable format. Sometimes the data will be in completely unstructured format or in the different various forms. Okay. Then this process involves, so we need to connect to the source, and then they need to convert it into proper tables. Once the tables are ready, then final thing is putting the tables or data, this type of like data into visualizations. So this is how the data travels from one place to another place. So raw data to proper visualizations. Okay. Now here, very important thing, where exactly Power BI comes to the picture. In this place or this place or this place, where exactly? In data journey, let's assume this is a data journey, entire data journey. It starts from here and it ends up here. Okay, where exactly Power BI comes to the picture? Now let's me put in the different format here. Okay, let me go back. There is a business, let's say DMart again. So DMart business leaders or who are thinking to grow their business, they know about what they want to see. What they want to see. Okay. So who is taking care of this entire process? They may ask to provide some monthly growth sales or yearly turnover or something like some analysis like this. Okay. So those are the business leaders here. You can see here. Those are the business leaders and related to the organization, these people. And the people who understand them and convert that business language into technical language, they are business analysts. Okay, so what exactly business analyst will do? So for example, you are very good in technical, you know Python, you know SQL, you know Power BI, you know Tableau, everything, but you were working for a sports company, let's say. They came and they asked like, okay, I want to analyze the best, let's say, how many man of the matches a person got. If you are a person who watch cricket, you can understand easily, okay, man of the match is related to a person like who performed very well in the match. But if you don't know about cricket, you don't even know what is man of the match. How you will understand? How you will get some, analysis based on the data? You don't know about man of the match, right? So the person who will understand the business language and knows about the business, also knows about technical details, those are the business analysts. So they can easily understand what is man of the match, and they can also, so you will have like 100 matches information, and from that they can easily tell, okay, you take one player information and how many man of the matches he got, and show me the data. That is how they explain the things to a technical person. Now if you are not, I mean, there is another person comes to picture here, who is data analyst. Now what data analyst will do actually? Now business analyst told you something, let's say like how to find a, like about the sports information. He wants to know how many runs they scored, what is the next match prediction or something, some information he wants to know. He will tell, okay, where is the data and what you need to do, what you need to provide to the business in technical terms. Okay, how a person need to do this. Now data analyst understand what business analyst is, because he know about the technical things. He know about the frameworks, programming tools, different type of tools like PowerBi, Tableau, and different type of tools. So he understand, okay, what is their requirement and how can I do it in the using tools or using programming or whatever it is. Okay, he's a data analyst. Another guy who works completely with data, who works exactly in this place, getting data from different data sources. Like for example, the same example is an application. They enter data in an application, and the data has to come to a place called data warehouse where we store data. So how we need to get data from the application to this data warehouse. So that is where data engineer comes to picture. So he worked with the data. He understand is technically solid and in the programming like SQL, big data, data mining, and so and so. So they can easily understand where the data is and how can I get into a data warehouse from this place to this place. Okay, that is data engineer. Now you can see here, data engineer is completely dedicated to data. How a like data engineer extract data from various sources and convert it into proper readable format like tables and schemas. Okay, so they need different programming language knowledge like SQL and so, data mining and ETL knowledge, complete big kind of programming. And but now there are a lot of tools. You can take Informatica, Talent, and there are many other tools. So they can work with the tools and programming. So where do you think Power BI lies here, or Power BI comes to play here? Okay, so Power BI can be a, a tool here between any process to any process. Power BI can use for data engineers to connect to the data, but it is used as ETL plus visualization tool. So Power BI is ETL plus visualization tool. Okay, I will show you one more picture here. So the same one, like a small extension to the previous picture, you can see. So here the data comes from the various sources, from the different sources. And then it stores in the data warehouse. Then finally visualization happens. And finally we share it with the users. So Power BI can extract the data from various sources, and it can also transform and load the data. That means data cleaning and data transformations, converting data into proper format. So that Power BI can do. And finally, it converts into visualization. Okay. Then we can share it with the business users. So in this place, so Power BI can be used by either data analyst or business analyst as a tool. So Power BI is a tool here. Okay. Power BI is not a programming, but inside Power BI, we use some programmings. Okay. If you are not having any programming background, no worries about all. So like 90% or 80% in Power BI is like drag and drop. Only 20% we need to write different type of programs. That those are also like, I cannot call them as programs because they are like functions. Okay, simple functions. Now, so data analysts uses Power BI and even business analysts also. But data engineers have different tools which are specially dedicated to data engineering. Okay, so if you are good at programming and like statistics and data mining and the in the data feed, so data engineering is for you. If you are good at analyzing the data, I mean, you don't know, but still, if you're not good at programming, if you are like very comfortable with working behind and convert the data into proper readable format like this into the visuals without much bothering about programming, without much bothering about facing the business, okay, then data analyst is for you. Sometimes, I mean, data analyst we won't stop in this place. We need to grow always. Okay, so what my intention is, if you start with as a data analyst, you need to grow in different areas. Either you need to learn data engineering and grow your wings towards data engineering, and you also can grow towards business analyst by understanding the domain language, I mean, domain knowledge, like different domains. So you can grow your wings in different areas. But to enter into IT field, to work with the data, then this is the best place to enter. Okay, because you can easily work with the tools like Power BI. Okay, now I'll quickly tell you why only Power BI. Why not any other? Okay, why only Power BI can make this entire process smooth, but Power BI is one of the top two. I'm 100% on this. Power BI is one of the top two to complete this work from raw data to visualization. To complete this work, now there are two market leaders. If you can check in the statistics also, currently there are two market leaders in the business intelligence. One is Tableau and one is Power BI. Okay, and major advantage with Power BI, where Tableau lack this thing, is Power BI is product of Microsoft. You all know about Microsoft products. Even this PowerPoint is Microsoft product. And like Word and Excel, everything are related to Microsoft. And Windows is one of the most used worldwide, right? Microsoft Windows is most used for in the worldwide. The reason is the user friendliness. All the Microsoft products, you can take any Microsoft products, all are very user friendly. Even when we were studying in the schools, so we can, if anyone tells like to paint or do something, we can easily open the system, open the laptop, and we can easily, draw something, or we can write something in the Word. because of the user friendliness of Microsoft. If you go with the Apple or any other ecosystems, like different, there are many operating systems, all are like very complex to understand. But Microsoft is easy to understand. Okay, that is a major advantage for Power BI. Power BI is one of the easiest tool to understand. Now I'm going to show you how Power BI looks. You might have already saw this, but just so you can see here, this is the window of Power BI. So you can see here, this canvas here, we can simply drag and drop some visuals. For example, I'm just taking some information about the fruits and prices. And you see, I can drag my visual to anywhere like this. Okay, this is very easy. You can just play with the visuals in Power BI. Okay, and the visuals you see here right side, there are a lot of visuals which are inbuilt in Power BI. You can use all these visuals. You can simply drag and drop, and you can easily understand what is this section, what is this section. You see here, data section, visualization section, and this here, you can play with the visuals. Okay, everything is easily understandable. That is why many people are looking towards Power BI to start their career with IT. Even though you are working with non-IT field, even though you are completely not aware about data, it's completely fine. A 10th class person, a SSC standard person, if we teach him to use Power BI, maybe within 1 or 2 weeks, they can start building the visuals. Okay, that much easier. It is not possible with any other tool. I'm sure I work with, I can teach Tableau also, I can teach many other tools also, but I always prefer, if you want to learn data, data analytics, or business intelligence, if you want to enter into the IT career, this is the best thing to start with. Because you might already know about this. You ask anyone outside, there are a lot of fake profiles who are joining IT companies with like fake experiences and many other things you might have heard. Ask them, in 10%, 7% chooses either Power BI or DevOps. Okay. There are a lot of people who are choosing Power BI because of its user friendliness. You can start this like at any time without technical knowledge, without any data knowledge. That is a major advantage. Now you may think, okay, there are a lot of people who are, looking to Power BI. Maybe there is a lot of competition. Can I make it? Can I get a job in Power BI? Of course, every job has every job has a competition in the market. Okay, we should not only look at the competition. We need to look at the opportunities as well. Okay, now Power BI market share is almost 15%, and Tableau market share is almost 14.5, like almost same. If Power BI can acquire like 20 to 25%, because Power BI is still booming, it is not like well established, it's still growing. It's still growing. Okay. So you can expect minimum 10 years of growth. The next 10 years, Power BI has very good future. Okay. You can check in any statistics how Power BI is growing from last 5 years. What is the user base of Power BI? I'm not telling myself, just go and check in the Google what is the growth rate of Power BI. You can easily understand the trends of Power BI. So there are a lot of opportunities in Power BI. You can easily start your career with Power BI. Okay, you may be in the dilemma of like whether you get you know, you need to learn different programmings or DAX or something you might have heard from different people. This is one of the easiest language that you can learn. The DAX, whichever uses in Power BI, that are one of the easiest ones. You should not worry about the programming at all in Power BI. You can easily make it. And now you know about ChatGPT and many other things. Even Microsoft integrated Copilot, you can see here, this Copilot, this will help you to write your queries or write your programs or maybe functions easily. Okay. So no need to worry about programming, and everything is very easy. But there is a but always. Once you enter into Power BI, once you start learning Power BI, please expand your wings. Okay. Expand your wings to different domains, like start learning SQL, start learning because whatever the technology you are learning, it will help you to survive for some time, but you should not stick with it. If you are learning Power BI today, that means you are stepping into the data field using Power BI. But there is a lot of integration happening with Power BI. Power BI is integrating with Microsoft Cloud, Azure Cloud, and there are a lot of things are happening. So we need to grow in that area. So then only we can survive. Okay. So this is about Power BI. I think I um, explained you in the different aspects. Now, in the last, let me tell you what we from our institute we offer to you, with comparing to other institutes or maybe like market leaders in this area. Here, you are going to learn in a organizational way, like in a real-time way. Maybe everyone tells you the same thing, real time, real time, real time. But here it is completely different. In the next class itself, the next class, we give you IDs which you can work as, which you can use as organizational ID. If, for example, you work with a company like TCS or Cognizant or whatever, you will get ID, right? You'll get, for example, arun@tcs.com, arun@cognizant.com, like that. You will get an ID here. Okay. So in using that ID, you can not only use Power BI, you can also explore all Microsoft products. You can also explore all Microsoft products. So another advantage, you will get a 60 days pro trial. You don't need to take a student license or just personal license. It is a business license. So you will get 60 days pro license. This is one of the best thing in Power BI. No other tool will give you these many days of premium options. If you take Tableau, 14 days of premium options. If you take any other tool, maximum 30 days of premium options. But in Power BI, you will get 60 days of premium. It's not about institute. I'm talking about the general Power BI. You will get 60 days of exploring the premium options, all Power BI options. Okay, that is a major advantage with the Power BI. So you can learn without any, next thoughts about license. Okay, and as currently I'm working with multiple projects in my company, so I can show you different real-time scenarios, how we are working here, and how you need to handle in your if you get a job suddenly. For example, you are trying after 1 month or maybe 2 months, you will try as an experienced person, right? You won't directly try as a fresher in Power BI, like maybe 3 years or 2 years or 6 years. With this course, I assure you, you will get an experience like a 5 years guy. So if you're applying for a company with 5 years experience of Power BI, after 2 months, you can able to answer almost all the questions. Okay. This is my promise to you. This is my promise. For sure. Anything, I will be always available. And every time, whenever the class completes, instantly we share the tasks. You need to complete the tasks. So every class has the tasks. You need to complete all the tasks. And so we share the licenses and all the required information to learn Power BI. Okay. So our course will take minimum 30 hours of time, minimum 30 hours. So you can calculate 30 hours every day 1 hour. So let's say 30 days, ignoring Saturday and Sunday, 30 days. Okay. Maybe it will extend a little bit if you're not able to complete tasks on time or you need some more explanation and all these things. And in the bonus, at the end of the classes, I will also show you how we can integrate Power BI with Power Automate and Power Apps. Like you can add those two skills also in your resume. Okay. Because those are the most demanding, technologies nowadays. And also I can show you how you need to install SQL and how you need to learn SQL side by side with Power BI and how it will help. So if you're joining this course, it's not only that you're learning only Power BI, you are learning entire ecosystem of BI, Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps, along with SQL. So you can just type these four things in LinkedIn or Naukri or wherever. Okay. So I can assure you this, you are not going to regret for sure. And yeah. So yeah, that's all from my end. Hope you got a clear idea about Power BI and what we are going to learn and how the course structure will be and all things. Now it's questions time. If you have any questions, please shoot.
Will we do interview questions also?
Yeah, at the end of the uh, course. And not only at the end of the course, at the end of the course, it will be like different session for the interview preparation. But meanwhile, whenever I will be explaining the class, I know about which interview questions comes on this topic. So every time in the classes, I tell you about interview questions and you need to note down in the notes. So it goes on like that.
And from
SQL
next
means
class onwards, like you will be showing, like doing the creating the charts and showing around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I have one more question. I have heard about this Microsoft Fabric in Power BI.
Mhm. Yes.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure what it
that
is.
is what I was explaining just before. So Microsoft is integrating all this ETL. So this part, let me go here. Yeah, we were talking about the different sources and converting them into proper readable table formats. So this is kind of data engineers work,
Mhm.
ETL work. So that now they are integrating with Power BI. So they are putting everything. This class I will explain you clearly about Microsoft Fabric.
Okay.
so Binay, Mohan here. Is this is the pro? Is this is what you said? We can call it as designing data.
Uh, Designing insights from the data or
Okay, I
create,
mean,
Mhm.
so from raw data to designing in structural data. So is that
Exactly.
is okay?
For example, this is a very easy example. You see, this type of data will be converted into this type of visualizations. That is the main purpose of business intelligence and data analysis.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Any more questions?
I have one request, Vinay. Could you please share your LinkedIn profile?
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
Not here now, but later. For sure. Any more questions about the topics, or did someone put it in the chat? Maybe if you can put it in the chat also, if you're not able to speak. Okay. If not, then I will show you a short demo of how how we can create the visualization in Power BI. Then you may get a little more questions. Okay, so first of all, we connect to the different sources and get the data and load. Then we create a visualization. So here I'm getting data from Excel workbook. Okay, so Excel is a source here. This is the source, for example. This is the source, and I'm extracting now. After extracting, okay, so this is the data, and then I will do these transformations. Okay, so here, this is Power Query Editor. This is also part of Power BI. Here we do transformations. You can see I divided these parts. So here, this is Power Query, where we can connect to the data and transform. So here I do some modifications, whatever I want, because the data is like unstructured format. You can see there are a lot of nulls, unwanted data. So I can simply delete them, all the unwanted columns from here to here. Now you don't need to worry about this process. These all things we are going to learn. Okay. Okay, once this is done, I need to remove some rows also. Okay, this is all transformation. So I'm removing the bottom rows, which are not important. And this is my important data, where I'll do one more transformation. So see, initial data is like this, improper data, and I converted the data into a proper data. So this is the process from here to here. So I clean the data, I transform the data, then I need to load into the data warehouse. So next thing is loading. So I close and apply. This is the loading. Yeah, it's loading. Once this loading completes, then the data is ready to keep in the visuals. Okay, this process starts. Okay, it's still loading. You're not able to see because it's in the different window. It's taking a little bit more time. Just come on, something is wrong with this. It went into an infinite loop. Let me open another PowerBi. It might be late in India. I'm so sorry for making you up till this time, but this is a correct time for me to, match with your time. Okay, the same thing. I'll do one more time quickly. Employee data. Okay, so let's assume like the transformation is done, completed, and then the data is loaded. Now the data is here. See that the data is loading after the transformation. And yeah, this is the data warehouse where the data loads. Now I can use this data in the visualization. You can see easily I can, scale my visual like however I want. So email, employee name, let's take email as count total employees. Okay, this is one visual. I can just copy paste here, and I can take another visual like this, and then I copy paste one more visual here. I will convert it into the table format. See how fast we can build a visual in Power BI. So we can simply drag and drop here. See, you can see the columns here. I can just simply drag and drop my columns, and it will add in the visual. And then once this is completed, I'll publish it into a cloud platform that is called Power BI Service, where you will share your reports with the business users. So this is the last step. Okay, so what your reports with the business users. That is where this thing comes to picture, the publishing. You publish and you share it with the business users. So now we have seen how we can extract and transform and convert into the visuals. So this is the total process, but there are a lot of things. The process is very simple, but in each step, in extract and in transform, in loading and in the data warehousing, in the visualization, in each step, there are a lot of things to learn. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn. This entire development, we are going to learn in the next classes. Okay, so yeah, that's all from my end. If you still have any questions, you can shoot. Otherwise, no, we can connect in the next class. Any more questions? All good? Okay, then I hope everything is good. Thank you so much for joining. I hope to see you in the next class. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vinay.
Thank you. Bye bye.